Right now, as you listen to these words, there's a voice in your head. It's narrating, analyzing, judging, and talking non-stop. But have you ever stopped to ask, who's actually speaking? And more importantly, who's listening? Most people never question this. They live their lives caught in the endless stream of thoughts, believing that the voice in their head is who they are. But what if I told you it's not? What if I told you that the voice in your head is just a small part of a much larger story? A story that, once you understand it, changes everything? Let's take a moment to explore this. Close your eyes if you can and just listen. Listen to the voice in your head. What is it saying right now? Is it commenting on these words? Is it analyzing them? Or is it drifting off, thinking about something else entirely? Whatever it's doing, one thing is clear. It never stops. It's always there, always talking, always commenting. But here's the question. If you are the one thinking these thoughts, then who is the one listening? Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, before your first thought appears, there's a brief moment of stillness, a moment of pure awareness. But then, like an engine revving up, the mind starts talking. It reminds you of what you need to do today. It worries about things that haven't happened yet. It replays moments from yesterday that are already gone. And here's the key. You don't control this. You don't choose which thought appears first. The moment you realize this, you start to see that thoughts are like weather patterns in the mind. They come and go, but they're not you. Have you ever had a thought so strange or random that you wondered, where did that even come from? That alone is proof that you are not your thoughts. If you were, wouldn't you only think things that align with what you want? The reality is, your mind produces thousands of thoughts a day, many of them conflicting, repetitive, or completely unnecessary. If thoughts were truly you, they would be consistent, under control, and only beneficial. But they're not, and that's where the journey begins. Here's something to try. Pause for a moment and just listen. Don't try to control anything. Don't force your mind to be silent. Just sit and observe. When a thought comes, instead of engaging with it, ask yourself, who is hearing this thought? The moment you ask that question, you step into the observer's seat. You shift from being caught in the thought to seeing it from a distance. And the more you do this, the more freedom you feel. Let's go deeper. The voice in your head isn't just random. It's shaped by your past experiences, your beliefs, your fears, and your desires. It's like a broken record, playing the same songs over and over again. But here's the thing, those songs aren't you. They're just patterns, old habits of thinking that you've picked up along the way. And the moment you see this, you realize that you don't have to believe every thought that comes into your head. You don't have to take it so seriously. Think about it. When you're walking outside, instead of just experiencing the world, your mind is labeling everything. That's a tree. The sky looks grey. I feel tired. I should really get more sleep. But who is it talking to? If it were really you, why would it need to explain things that you are already experiencing? It's like an unnecessary guide for your own life, one that never shuts up. But here's the good news. You don't have to listen to it. You can step back and just observe. Here's another exercise. The next time a thought arises, don't engage with it. Don't argue with it. Don't try to push it away. Just watch it. Notice it. Say to yourself, oh, there's a thought. And then let it go. Imagine sitting in a room where someone is talking non-stop. You don't have to argue with them or tell them to be quiet. You can just tune them out. The same is true for thoughts. You don't need to fight them, suppress them, or get lost in them. You just need to recognize that they are not you and let them pass like clouds in the sky. The biggest realization of all is this. You are not the thinker. You are the awareness behind the thinking. Thoughts come and go, but you remain. The mind narrates your life, but you are the one experiencing it. When you truly grasp this, the endless chatter loses its grip on you. You stop getting pulled into every thought, and instead, you watch them with a quiet understanding. And in that space of awareness, beyond all mental noise, you find real peace. Before we end this episode, let's try one final exercise. Close your eyes again, and this time, just listen. Don't try to control anything. Don't force your mind to be silent. Just sit and observe. When a thought comes, instead of engaging with it, ask yourself, who is hearing this thought? The moment you ask that question, you step into the observer's seat. You shift from being caught in the thought to seeing it from a distance. And the more you do this, the more freedom you feel. In the next episode, we'll explore how to deepen this awareness and uncover the true nature of the self. Until then, take a moment to simply listen and observe. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this episode resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, the voice in your head is just a voice. You are the one who hears it. You are the awareness behind the noise. And in that awareness, you'll find everything you've been looking for. Dr. Surendra, your friend, philosopher, and guide.